What's up everyone? Today I'm going to be changing the fuel filter in my 2022 Chevy Trail Boss with the 3.0 diesel engine. A couple pieces that we're going to need today. We have this 36mm socket. Purchased this on Amazon. If I can figure it out, I'll link it down below. It's about 10 bucks. We have this GM parts fuel filter. Also purchased on Amazon for about 30 bucks. I'll link it down below. And we do have a rather cheap Harbor Freight torque wrench. Again, pretty inexpensive. If you don't have one, I'm sure that you can just kind of tighten it down till it's nice and snug, but it should be about 19 foot-pounds of torque. So if you come right to the middle of the driver's side, front and rear door, right underneath the truck here, there should be the housing to the fuel filter. Like I said, this is a 36mm, and I have just a 2-gallon Homer bucket. Shouldn't expect for too much to come out here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to try to do this single-handed. I'm going to go ahead and break this loose, at least until I can untie it with my hand. Okay, so now I basically have it to a point where we can just go ahead and finish it off with the hand. Just be careful when you're unscrewing this because it is plastic. So one thing to note, the fuel filter will come with 2 O-rings. One of them is fairly small, and it's going to be right there. We'll get back to taking that off in just a bit. Okay, so we have here our fresh filter, our O-rings, our old filter, our old housing. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of just wiggle the old one until it pops out like that. Note the side that is facing down actually has the O-ring on it. The new filter should come with the O-ring already on it, so that's going to go down. You also get these 2 O-rings. The large one, pretty obvious, but that's going to go on the outside of your housing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of pinch this, get some slack. I'm going to pull it out. Notice it comes out of the little groove right there. So we're going to pull that guy out. You know, you're not going to use it again, so just go ahead and set it aside. You're going to go ahead and insert your new O-ring. Make sure you do insert the new O-ring. That way you know you get a nice, fresh, tight seal in between the housing and the vehicle. So we're done with that part. Now we're going to go ahead and take our fuel filter. Like I said, you know, O-ring side down. We're going to place it down. We kind of just wiggle it, tighten it until we get it nice and clicked in there. You'll feel it click in, it's nice and snug. Okay, so as previously discussed, we're going to be very careful with this piece right here as it is plastic and it will break. But we're going to do the same method where we pinch and kind of give ourselves a little bit of slack to pull this O-ring out. Looks just like that. Your new filter should have come with a new O-ring for that. So we're going to go ahead and replace that. And like I said before, this is a GM part that I purchased on Amazon. It was about 30 bucks. From what I'm understanding, dealers are charging about $200 to change this filter out, which to me seems a little bit ridiculous. But we have the O-ring replaced. We have our O-ring replaced on the housing. Filters in, like I said, the O-ring on the filter side down. We're going to go ahead and get this guy on here. The hole for the filter is going to go right to where that plastic piece is. And we're going to get it hand tightened. You know, just get it nice and snug on there. We are going to take our 36mm. I have my torque wrench preset to 19 foot-pounds of torque. Again, this is plastic, so we just want to be very careful with what we're doing here. So we're going to continue tightening that down until we get to our 19 foot-pounds. Okay, so right now it's about bottomed out, I would say. And there we are, 19 foot-pounds. So what we're going to do now, we're going to make sure our key is just in the cup holder. We're going to hold down the engine start-stop button for about 5 seconds. You will hear the fuel pump kick on. And this will be priming, as you can hear. So once you hear the fuel pump finish its priming, which you can hear with the door open, you can go ahead and just place your foot on the brake, and you can go ahead and give it a start. Everything checks out just fine. We'll go under the vehicle and make sure that we have no leaks. All right, as you can see, we are under the vehicle. The engine is running. We have no leaking going on here. I would say that we are good to go on that part. So the last thing that we're going to do is reset the fuel filter life. To do that, you're going to go ahead and hold the engine start stop button, much like you were doing when we were priming the fuel filter. You're going to hold that down until we get, life to our gauges. I'm already on where we need to be, so I'm going to go back to show you guys how we got there. We're going to click on the information screen. You can use your scroll to scroll up and down through. So you're going to go to where it says fuel filter life. And you're just going to hold down the scroll button to reset, and just like that, you are back to 100. So that'll complete the process. Like I said, this is my first time doing it. I changed mine at about 14%. The filter was pretty dark, so I probably won't wait quite as long moving forward. The socket I spent only about 10 bucks on. You only have to buy that one time. It should last you a lifetime. Each fuel filter is about $30. From what I'm understanding, dealers are quoting about 200 bucks to complete this process. So hopefully in watching this video makes you guys realize it is something very simple that you can do yourself. Thank you for watching. Have a good one.